Hi Dad, all right. So here we go. I'm gonna give you a little video tour of the deck structure that we have so far. I guess I'll start just with the dimensions. So the deck is essentially 14 by 14. So as I come over here, you can see where the edge of the deck is 14 feet from the screening fence that predates the deck, as you may recall. What you're seeing here is just some scrap lumber that we have left over from some previous projects, some scrap decking boards. So we've got a few 16 footers and some other, I don't know, 14 or 12 footers and just a variety of things that we can hopefully put to good use. So I've also set up here one of the three stringers. So these are the 5-step metal stringers that we have. What I'm hoping to do over at this side of the deck is to create a nice wide staircase. We haven't really finalized the dimensions, but the distance from the brick wall to the first post is 6 feet. So that staircase could be as wide as 6 feet or a little less. That being said, we probably have to account for railings on each side. Sandy was talking about, potentially leaving this space open, creating a little walkway just with some patio stones so that we can still get under the deck when we need to. If we need to, for example, clean the window or get to that window or whatever, we could kind of situate the stairs, a couple of feet to the right of the brick, create a pathway down to the window, and then maybe plant some ferns or something that will live in the shade. Because right now, when you look out that window, all you see is wood, right? You see the support beam there. It's not a really great look. So we're thinking about planting some things under the deck in that area, and then maybe just covering the rest of the mud and dirt with some stone or something, but that's later on. All right. So that's where the steps are going to be. So you can see these stringers. I don't know if we want to use deck board for the stairs. Sandy doesn't necessarily like that idea. She was talking about doing something a little bit thicker. So maybe I could look into getting some 2x12s or something like that. So they're 2 inches thick, 12 inches deep. The steps themselves are about a foot deep each, I believe. So that's another possibility. Some of the lumber yards around here, they do have joists. They just don't have decking boards at all. So, and I called again today and still nothing. So that's an ongoing thing. All right, so it's 14 feet across, 14 feet out, minus the angle that we have here. You can see we've got more or less a 45-degree angle sort of cutting off that corner of the deck. We just wanted something a little bit softer so that, you didn't have this hard corner out in the middle of the yard. So hence the angle. But the distance from the sliding door out to that far post is also 14 feet. All right, so we've got 6 feet here between the brick and the first post. We've got about 12 feet here between these two posts. And what we were actually thinking about doing is putting up a bar ledge between these posts, right? So right now the post on the left stands about 46 inches above the surface of the deck. An average bar is 42 inches in height, so we could cut these down. The post to the right is actually a little bit taller. I think it's about 52 inches, as I recall, so it would need to be cut down as well. But yeah, we were thinking about doing some kind of a bar ledge to connect those two. And then down here in this empty space, this could be where we create a large planter box or two. If we don't want to build boxes, the other possibility that we're looking at is getting some of those large galvanized tubs. Sometimes people use those as planters, and we could, position a couple of those here. So those are possibilities that we're playing with, but that's one place where we might put some planters. And then if we do the bar there, then we would likely just do some kind of a screening fence, some kind of a privacy fence back here. So the distance between the existing fence to the right and the pole on the left, that's about 8 feet. All right, and this is, maybe where we put our railings or whatever. And I don't know if we would want to put railings under the bar here. We would want something to sort of fill that space between the bar ledge and the surface of the deck, obviously, but we haven't decided what. So anyway, those are kind of the two spots where we might put railings. Now we've looked at some of the hardware stores and they sell some of those railing kits, but they're usually in 6 feet lengths, right? So you get sort of the wooden borders top and bottom, and you get your black metal, you know, railings or banisters or whatever you want to call them. But they usually come in 6 foot lengths. But what we got here is an 8 foot gap and a 12 foot gap. So we would probably need to do something custom. And there's Sandy.
Hi.
Hey, Stan. All right. What's that?
You on FaceTime?
No, I'm just making a video.
Oh.
All right, that concludes this segment of the video.